Fear setting is something that I effectively found through Stoicism, so the philosophy of Stoicism. And people can certainly find a lot of great books written contemporary, in a contemporary sense by Ryan Holiday. The Obstacle is the Way. And at that point, we resonated on Stoicism because I had been traveling almost always with a copy of Letters from a Stoic, which are the moral letters to Lucilius by Seneca the Younger. And in effect, one of the practices that he would encourage is, he had a number of them, but it was in effect defining your fears, thinking about the worst case scenario. So in effect, practicing the thing that you most fear, like poverty. So like he sometimes will go a week or two just as a practice, like sleeping in his living room in a sleeping bag, eating like rice and beans and instant coffee. And when you prove that to yourself, you recognize that the downside risk on a lot of what you might be considering, taking a new job, proposing or ending a relationship, whatever it might be that you're nervous about, that you might be procrastinating or putting on pause, has very limited downside. I had the same response, but the point is that with generalized anxiety plus OCD, if you have that hypervigilance plus OCD, you ruminate, or I'll keep it personal. Like I don't have the hand washing thing. I'm not flipping light switches, right? They're different manifestations of OCD, but I have these kind of endless ruminative loops, and they tend to relate to imagining worst case scenarios. All right. And that can be really paralyzing if I want to bias towards action, which I prefer to do, right? Bias towards action instead of inaction. So what do? Well, reading the Stoicism and so on, started to develop this approach, fear setting. I'll explain what it is. So what makes goal setting effective? What makes goal setting effective? There are different frameworks for this, but like the SMART framework, like specific, measurable, achievable, right, with timelines and so on. Okay, like there are better and worse ways of defining your goals to make them more likely to be achieved, right? If you have accountability and you have timelines, you have a deadline, you have deliverables, et cetera, all that makes goal achieving easier. All right, well, what's fear setting? Fear setting, it's really simple. So if you have the thing that you're worried about, and this is what I still do to this day, I probably do it once a quarter. The thing you're nervous about could be starting your own business, could be writing or finishing a book, could be
getting cancer.
Yeah, it could be getting cancer, right? It could be getting older, could be one of your parents dying, could be whatever it might be. And to be clear, fear setting doesn't automatically solve all of these things, but here's what it does. It defangs a lot of them so you can take action. But what you realize often is that the thing you're considering, if it works, is like a 7 to 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 in life-changing impact with durability, like it lasts for a while. Mm-hmm. And the things that you're scared of are like 2, 3, 4 in temporary pain. And they're either reversible or completely survivable. The last piece, and this is new in the last, I would say 15 years for me, is on a separate piece of paper, you write down status quo. If I can just continue doing what I'm doing, what is my life? What are the costs, right? Financially, emotionally, relationally, in 1 year from now, in 3 years from now, in 10 years from now. And you write that stuff down because we're very good at thinking about the risks of doing something, but we're not as trained to think about the risks of just continuing doing what we're doing, right? And so when I looked at that, I was like, I don't think I can make it 5 years. 10 years, forget it. My life's a complete, utter disaster.